Well, we're just getting ready to go on a short hike here at Russell Cave National Monument here outside of Bridgeport, Alabama. Getting ready to check another national park off my list. This is a very short hike, only about 0.2 miles down to the cave below. But it's kind of sad there was like nobody in the parking lot except one couple, so pretty much got the place to ourselves. Follow us as we take a hike. Since this episode will be shorter than most of my national park adventures, I thought I would talk a little about the Passport program. Our family loves to visit national parks across this great country of ours. Starting in 1986, the National Park Service started their stamp program. How do you start the stamp program and what is it? At almost all national park locations, there is a visitor center to get your maps, check out the museum. There is also a section where you can get what is called a cancellation stamp with the name of the park and the date you visited. I received a National Passport book with a map of the national parks, explanation of each, and a place to put the stamps divided by region as a Christmas present around Christmas 2010. And no question, that's the best gift I ever received. The first recorded stamp I got was the Teddy Roosevelt inauguration site in Buffalo, New York on September 21st, 2011, and the passion has led me to visit approximately 134 national parks at the time of this recording. I wanted to pass this love for the national parks and traveling to my son. Prior to his first birthday, we were at the Newcastle Courthouse in Delaware, and I got him his very own passport book. As of this recording, Rook isn't 2 yet and has been to 15 national parks. Now let's dive into the subject of today's video, Russell Cave National Monument. Russell Cave was named after Colonel Thomas Russell, who served in the Revolutionary War and owned this property when maps of the area were created. Russell Cave National Monument offers one of the longest and most complete archaeological records in the eastern United States. Human habitation for almost 9,000 years, from the Paleo-Indian period to the current age. The Visitor Center here at Russell Cave National Monument is currently under renovation, and they have a temporary visitor center now. Once the visitor center is completed, you can pick up your park brochure about the cave and hiking trails, watch a 7-minute park film, and view some of the artifacts excavated from this very site. And don't forget to get a passport book and get your stamp. Hey Rook, are you ready? You ready? As you start your walk outside the visitor center, either enjoy the peace of nature and the sounds, or download the National Park app prior to your arrival, because signal is scarce at this park, and take a 4-stop audio tour as you make your way to the cave below on the 0.2 mile boardwalk. And this is the start of the first stop, the boardwalk. They got a neat boardwalk here down to the cave. Let's head to stop 2 of the audio tour, the sinkhole. The sinkhole we will see here shortly. This sinkhole was created when water attacked and slowly carried away the limestone to form a cavern within the Earth's crust. When the roof became too expansive to support itself, it collapsed, creating this sinkhole. It was through the same processes that daylight first entered Russell's Cave. Water still courses beneath the ground on which we are standing, still molding and shaping the face of our planet. Russell's Cave was discovered between 9,000 and 12,000 years ago when a cavern roof collapsed near Doran's Cave, creating a sinkhole which showed Russell Cave for the first time. This location sits on 310 acres of land donated by the National Geographic Society and was designated a national monument in 1961 during President Kennedy's administration. We've arrived at the third stop of the audio tour, our first views of Russell Cave, with a mapped length of 7.2 miles, making it the third largest cave in Alabama, the 90th on the U.S. Long Cave list, and the 314th on the world's longest cave list. We are seeing what people would have seen here over 9,000 years ago.
Wow! Okay.
Is that the cave?
Is that cool?
Cool.
Is that amazing?
Not. Hot.
Yeah.
Russell Cave is constantly changing. The water flowing through the cave has carved the openings that you see here, as well as the several miles of passageways that make up the cavern system. The first artifacts were discovered at this site in 1953 by the Tennessee Archaeological Society and University of Chattanooga. They contacted the Smithsonian Institute, which dug here from 1956 to 1959. There were many layers of artifacts found here from different time periods. We're making our way to the final stop of the audio tour, stop 4, the cave shelter. During the Paleo-Indian period, Russell Cave became habitable between 9,000 and 11,000 years ago. Early inhabitants found this cave, which included an essential water supply, protection from the elements, and abundant wildlife. During the Archaic period, daily life depended on hunting and gathering. Much time was spent hunting wild game using an atlatl. People also gathered shellfish from the Tennessee River, fished using bone fish hooks, collected nuts and berries. This cave provided shelter for those during the Archaic period. Early people left many things behind in this cave. Now during the Woodland period that stretched from 1,000 to 2,500 years ago, showed a transition from simple cave dwellings to highly developed mound villages. The last period, the Mississippian period, which stretched from 450 to 1,000 years ago, created large permanent towns with huge earthen mounds. Efficient farming helped sustain the population. The people from this period still sporadically use this cave for shelter and as a stop on their way to other areas.